There's a lot of money in the world, and most of the scummiest agencies. Um, there's two pyramids in the power structure. There's the one that goes up to the above board stuff, and there's one that goes down, to the underworld and crime and mafia syndicates and um, human trafficking, all the stuff that Q talks about, basically. Uh, Q and Q followers have a major disconnect where they think they can handle the truth, and but it's just a religion that makes them feel like special, unique snowflakes, which is what religion does. Uh, so when I have firsthand experience directly, fundamentally, at an operational planning, logistic, uh, fully interfaced level, there are Illuminati trolls who know this, because everyone's allowed to share their theory, right? Anyone can guess, but if you know, you're not allowed to say. And the guys are clowns, so they make jokes. They got jokes. They talk about, they say the stupidest stuff. They're dumb. Like their brain just falls out of their head when it comes time to deal with reality. It's really strange. So, just saw this link to Above Majestic. Alexa. 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 Is she mad? She might be. And the women are like, get rid of that troll, but really, by singling me out, what are they doing? They're trolling me. And women are not exactly, science minds, math minds. For the most part, if they're not raised when their brain's developing, if they're not in an environment where real topics are being discussed, then chances are pretty good. It's like a child sitting at the grown-ups table. And when it comes to world governance and the really biggest pictures about what matters to your president, to your prime minister, to the people who run your country, you think it's you think it's this or that. It's only one thing. Money. The God business, guns, oil, drugs. Why you think we're in Afghanistan guarding the opium? Trump said we could win the war, but we'd have to kill 10 million people. Why? Because they're all related. They're all inbred. They're one ginormous family. Now, that's great for loyalty. Of course, after 1,400 years of inbreeding, the Muslims' DNA is pretty much destroyed they're on their last legs, and this is around the time they uh, get a leader like Xerxes and uh, kill until they're all dead. It's the cycle of history. So it was good that Obama um, wasn't really an American citizen. You know, it's good that he was a Muslim that pretended to be a Christian. And to pretend to be a Christian, he went to a radical black church that hates white people. And he's gay. Michael is a dude, so there's nothing going on there. As far as their kids, they borrowed those kids from the doctor they say delivered the children. That was another agency psyop. So that's the type of corruption that's really been going on in America, to the point where a fake president with a fake name, a fake wife, and fake kids can run your country for 8 years, and other than me and President Trump, most of you were scared to say anything. And we said a lot. We said a lot. So I just don't really think that people are going to have the maturity to deal with real information and facts. And I tested them, like one of these Q groups. And when it came to the Illuminati, they wanted to talk about Madonna. They wanted to talk about Hollywood, fake crap. Because that's the level that people are on. I mean, that's like, if you talk to if you asked a 14-year-old about the Illuminati, they might say Madonna. And then to be extra clowns, they went on about other people in history and how they all now work at the White House. And I'm just like, okay, you guys say the most ridiculous stuff and make fun of the truth because you're clowns. When the truth actually comes out, if it does, if it doesn't, then I'm going to pray for the strength to escape this world. I've just given too much. A lot of it was taken from me, and it's not bad enough to be like, I mean, what the hell? Like, look at this. You'll see what I'm saying, maybe, if I can turn this around. Alright, this is the Above Majestic documentary that talks about the space program, which my wife, Somerset Bellinoff, owns. And look at Above Majestic. He's wearing a gold crown. He looks like an alien. And they talk about King George and that. Why? Because I'm Jonathan George, and Ryen, R-Y-E-N, means king in Irish Gaelic. Orion, above the pyramid, is my ancestor, Ameru-Ryen, King Ameru-Ryen. Me. I've had a lot of lives, and I get a lot of disrespect. I guess as long as they say nice things behind my back, it's okay if they're rude to me. I guess in general it's easier to be ignored. But then it's like, people are like, no, Jesus is king. And it's like, okay, did you say, like, Mary Magdalene was the queen? You know, like, why do people say Jesus is king, but, you know, what about the queen? You see? And I mean, women know that they're silly creatures in a lot of ways, you know? It's funny when they try to take themselves seriously, and it's cute and endearing, but you just know that they are totally unsure of what they're saying. And it's not even that they don't have the moral fiber to engage. It's that, you know, men give, women receive. This is the biological underpinning. And our society is, when we gave women the right to vote, we did away with the reason for men and women to discuss anything. If one person per household votes, the family then needs to have discussions about the family's political vote. Voting has become meaningless, and as your king, I will immediately do away with it and provide all the evidence that your elections have been rigged, since and including the election of JFK. Every 2 to 4 years you go and you vote. You spend, a lot of you spend the majority of those 2 to 4 years talking about your vote in an echo chamber, because online you're all segregated to be around people who agree with you. Coincidentally, I'm totally alone. I thought there was, you know, out of the billions of people online, I have one that I can talk to online, one that I can talk to offline. You know, just this type of isolation you just can't imagine. And you've probably seen the picture of the guy shape-shifting into a frog. It's not super clear, high quality photo. But if you have seen that picture, it is me. I was playing a song. And there were orbs jumping in and out of me, around me, whatever. Of course, that video has barely been seen. 377 views on YouTube. People have no reverence. They have no respect. None. I mean, the idea of even having a king is offensive to the commoners. And that's what they are. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being a commoner. That's what everyone who votes is. It's just you guys made up words to make yourselves feel better about yourselves. Like if you are armed, then you're a citizen. If you're disarmed, then you're a subject. You understand this concept? You should look it up. I've been partially crippled and partially stressed, but I was significantly injured by a malicious chiropractor a few years ago, 5 years ago now, almost 5 years. And I went out last night to the gym, and I don't know, I just blocked 140, thirsty, dumb demons online. And I was stronger than I'd been, like, in high school at my best, and I was jacked, like really strong. Fastest, strongest guy in my high school. There were probably some, sprinters that were a little bit faster, but as far as high school athletics, basketball, football, power forward, I was the strongest, top 5 by any stretch. And my best bench press as a 18-year-old was 255 pounds, I believe. 255. And I decided to see what I could bench last night, and it ended up benching 225 pounds. I hadn't lifted weights in years. And I was like, wow, I'm pretty strong. Like legit. If I stick with this, I'm going to be strong. And I went and played basketball, and there was this chick, and I was trying to kind of give her a couple of pointers on helping her to dunk, but she's a chick, I don't know if they were even able to take that kind of stuff seriously, because they don't care. It's just fun cutie pie stuff for them. That's why I love them, too. I can say women shouldn't vote, and they're kind of dumb, but I love them, and all the things that are good about them are more important than, there are some brilliant women, but you know what I mean. But after teaching, I was like, no, it's like this, and I went up and did a, whatever it's called, a tomahawk. I dunked that ball so hard, and they were like, oh man, it was awesome.